all eyes up here, and you're going to help me do this problem. Let me get it fixed. Okay, 3x minus 12 equals 8x minus 18. Okay, what do I do first to solve this? Circle the x's. Oh, there, and draw the river. Guys, this time there's two x's. There's x's on both sides. Now, God bless you. If there were x's on the left side, two x's on the left, I'd have to combine them before I started. Okay, now, what do y'all want to do? Y'all want to put x's on the left or the right? Oh, you want to put x's on the left or the right? Okay, left. That's what I heard. So I'm going to get rid of these x's over here. So I'm going to subtract 8 x's. I had somebody say this morning, well, do I have to do that over there? Well, yes. To keep that equal, guys, you've got to do the same thing on both sides. So I'm going to subtract 8x there. So I'm going to get what? Negative 5x minus 12 equals negative 18. Now what do I do? No. Well, I'm going to circle the x, and I've got to get rid of the negative 5 and the minus 12. So I'm going to add 12. If I subtracted 12, that's not going to get rid of anything. That's going to make negative 24. That's going to make it worse. Okay, so I'm going to get negative x equals, awesome. Now, circle the x again. I got to get rid of negative 5. How do I get rid of it? Divide it. Why am I dividing? That's multiplying. Good. Opposite of multiplication is division. So x equals, I thought somebody said 1/2. Okay, get your calculator. We're going to check it. Clear it. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, since we updated the calculators, okay, look, you can error up and go back to a previous problem. You can go back. They did. I'm so glad they did that, because like the other day, I was adding a whole list of numbers, all your test percentages, and I put 6 instead of 66. So all I had to do was go back up there and change it. It was so nice instead of starting all over. Yes, sir? Well, it's okay. If you're smart enough to do that, then okay. So here we go. Look, hit clear and see what happens. It just clears what's on the screen. Okay. Okay. Now, look, I'm going to check it. So I'm going to go 3 times 1.2 minus 12. Thank you, people that said it with me. Enter. Okay, leave it there. That's what we have to get on the right side. 8 times 1.2. Did you get negative 8.4? Yes. Good. So we know we got it right. If you don't get the same thing for both sides, then it's not right, people. So when you get your checkpoint right back on number 6 and you didn't get it right, or you got an XW, then what I need you to do is on number 6, what you need to do is on this, here's your problem, right over here in this blank page, you just go write the problem over here. And I'm going to leave it up for you pick. I forgot what it was. 6x plus 18 equals 8x minus 8. And you solve it right there if you got x or xw. That's where you're going to do that. Right there. On that page. Do what we just did and check it. Okay. Now, one more thing before guys, if you have, because I had to answer this question a bunch, so I'm going to go over it. What is that a formula for? Good. What does the A stand for? Amount in the account at the end of the years that you're doing the rate for. That's the amount in the account at the end, or the amount you're going to owe at total. that you owe if you get a loan now. What does the P stand for? Principal. What is that? What is that? The principal is the what you deposit or what you're from the bank. You're taking a loan out. And you can, yeah, that would work too, because if you draw money out of a savings, sometimes they charge you an interest on it. Okay? So, principal, what the 1 stands for 1, plus, what does the R stand for? Okay, let's say the rate is 0.4%. What do I put 0.4 there? I've got to move the decimal back. So, if it's 0.4%, remember, squeeze the 2 zeros up, find your decimal if it has one, and move it back quick. Squeeze your 2 zeros up, make your decimal, and move it back how many times? Twice. That's your reminder. Oh, I got to move it back 2 times. You can't put 0.4 there. You have to get that percent sign off. What's the T stand for? Time in years. How long it's going to be in the account, or how long you're making the loan for. Okay. We got that? Everybody understands every part of that? Okay, good deal. Okay, look at 47. Well, it's an old thing. Okay, look at 47. I know I skipped 43. I did that on purpose. Okay, so look at 47. Very quickly, I want to go through this. Who has finished 47? Anybody? Okay, one person. All right, that's fine. Okay, we've got to get rid of the parenthesis, but I can't because I don't know X and Y, so I'm going to use the distributive property. I'm going to do the distributive property. Draw your arrows. So I'm going to write 4y minus 6x minus 6x. No. Minus. No. 15. No. Minus 15. Y. So everybody see where we got those? Hey, don't just copy down. Try to do it with us, okay? Copying is not going to, I mean, it's better than not copying, but it'd be better if you try to get the answer. Look, guys, we multiply negative 3 by the 2x. Negative times positive is negative. 3 times 2 is 6. Put your x. Negative times positive, negative. 3 times 5 is 15. Put your y. Now, we got to underline like terms. These both have x. I'm going to start with that because x comes first in the alphabet. That's the only reason. X comes before y. So what's negative 6 minus 6? So in football, you lost 6 yards the first play. You lost 6 yards the second play. You have gained 12 yards. I want to play that game. Or the game where you spend $6 and you spend $6 and you get $12. That doesn't make sense, does it? Negative 12x. See, football or money? Football or money? Man, y'all come alive. Now, what's 4 minus 15? Negative 11y. Awesome. And we can't do anything else. That's it. We can't combine x and y's. Now, let's put a 1 in front of that w. So, negative 1w. Now, I'm going to multiply that times that times that. What am I going to get? Guys, what's negative times positive? Negative. So just put a minus. Well, some people said a minus, a minus. Somebody said a minus, a minus. It's not a minus, a minus. It's minus what? 8. No. No. We're not finished with this one. What's w times w? W squared. Guys, we've been doing this a while now. Look, guys, look. W times w is w squared. W times w is w squared. Okay? If I add w plus w, that gives me 2 w's. 1W plus 1W gives me 2Ws. We got to know that. Okay, now we can go to the next one. What's negative times positive? Negative. 4 times 5. 20W. Right? Everybody see how we got negative 20W? Okay. Now, I'm going to put negative 8W squared first. That's only one of those. And then I've got to do negative 1 minus 20. That's taking way too long. Guys, if the signs are the same, look at me. Look at me. Everybody focus on what I'm saying. If the signs are the same, just add them. Negative 1, negative 20, negative 21. You don't even need to clickety-clack over there. Come on. The signs are the same. Add them. By this time of the year, that should be just boom. Okay. Now we're going to simplify. These are the same. So get your hand off the calculator. 4 and 4. That's 4. I'm going to add the exponents. What's negative 6 plus 6? 0. And 4 to the 0 is? 0. Do it on the calculator, please. Thank you. A number to the 0 power is 1. A number to the 0 power is 1. Okay, now, this side of the room, I want you to do that problem as is. This side of the room, I want you to follow the rule. Let's see what you get. Go. See if you get the same thing. Go. Y'all follow the rule that we just did. Add your exponents. And do it on the calculator and get your final answer. And don't write anything down. You'll see why I'm saying that in just a second. Just do the problem as is. Remember, you have to hit your right arrow button. So this side of the room is going to do 31 up negative 5 times 31 up 16. Enter. You get a crazy looking number? The left side of the room, what'd y'all get? 31 to the 11th. Good. Which gives you, can we put exactly what the answer is? Well, we could, but we're going to be writing forever. Let's round it off. It's about 2.5 times 10. Yay. You see that E down there? That means exponent. That is written in scientific notation, guys. So the number is so big it won't fit on our calculator. So they had to put it in scientific notation. This is one reason we need to learn this. So that we learned it. So that's 2.5, we rounded to nearest 10, times 10 to the 16. So we'd have to move that decimal 16 times to get our answer. Okay, now look at the next problem. Kirsten joined a health club. She pays $40 a month. What's first month of the year? January. Last month of the year? How many months? 12. Good. She pays $40 a month. Write an equation when Y, the total amount, now this is a fancy way to say, is a function of X, is a fancy way to say we're going to do something to the X. We're going to add it, we're going to subtract it, multiply, add, multiply, we're going to do something. Divide. Well, what are we going to do to X to get the, X is the month. What are we going to get to do to get the total amount she owes? X is the month. Are we going to subtract it? Can we subtract money and months? No. Can we add them? Yes. Money and months. What you going to call it? Guys, if this is money and this is months, we can't add them together. We can't add them or subtract them. You can't take money out of months. Can you? You see? I used to teach my 4th and 5th graders that. You can't. It's got to be money and money to get money. If you go get months, you got to have months to months. You can't add money to months to get months. Okay, so think about that. That's kind of common sense, really. So what am I going to do to the X? To get how much money she owes? I'm going to multiply. Let's think about how many months that could be. Oh, we're getting smarter. Why would we want to put 1, 2, 3, 4? It's easier. It's easier because now all we have to do is the pattern, don't we? 40, 80, 120, 160. And hey, is this proportional? Why? Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. So next year when the Algebra 1 teacher says, why is this equation proportional? You're going to say it's in y equals kx form. Awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Good. So k is what? Constant of proportionality and unit rate. But right here, it's also the 40 is also the slope and rate of change. When it's proportional, guys, that 40 has every name that we've learned. So the slope is 40. What's the y-intercept? 0 or 0, 0. Write it both ways. Y'all said it was proportional. And this, oh, let's go graph it. Who knows what it's going to be before we ever graph it? What?
Positive.
Why is it positive?
Yeah, it's a positive.
40 is positive. 40 is positive. The slope is positive. 40 is positive. A positive number, so it's positive. I mean, hello, people. So 1 is 40, 2 is 80, and I'm going to do 4. And then connect your points. Oh, this would be a good time to have talked about discrete and continuous. Go ahead and draw it because I know you already have, but let's just think about this a minute. We should have made it a dashed line. Because are they going to let her pay for 1.5 months?
No.
They're not going to let her pay for 2 1/3 months, a third of the month. So really, we should have dashed this. We should have made this a dashed line. It's discrete. That means you can only pay for 1 whole month, 2 whole months. If you don't go any, you still got to pay for that month. Okay, real quick, we're going to do the slopes, and I mean quick. A. Everybody look at A. Come on, you better hurry and keep up. I'm not waiting on you slow. Okay, look. That's going to go over what? 1 up 2. So 2 over 1 is 2. 2 over 1 is 2. B. Go over 3 up 1. So B is 1/3. And it's just 1/3. C. Go over -2. Awesome. Up 4. So C is 4 over -2, which is -2. D. Left 4 and up 1. So 1 over -4, which is just -1/4. E's horizontal, so the slope is, yay, 0. F, the slope is vertical, so it's
Undefined.
awesome. Undefined. Okay? G, we're going to go over to the right, 3, up, 4. 4 over 3. Just leave it 4/3. H, left, so -2, up 2. So 2 over -2 is -1. I over 1, up 1. 1 over 1 is 1. J over 2, up 4. 4 over 2 is 2. Okay, parallel lines. Parallel lines have the same slope. Doesn't that make sense? So which two are parallel over there? A, circle A and J. 2 and 2. So here's how you write it. Angle A, and look, do the parallel symbol like this. It's parallel to angle J. A is parallel to, oh, I put angle twice. I know, I thought, what? That looks weird. Angle J. Now, are there any more that have the same slope? No. Perpendicular means they meet and form a right triangle. So, look at E and F. If you keep going with E and go up with F, don't they meet and make a right? So, angle E, hey, perpendicular symbol's an upside down T. It's perpendicular to angle F. It's upside down T. Okay, now, there are two more that are perpendicular. By looking at the graph, we can't tell. But here's the, oh, Willie thinks he knows which two. Yes. I and H. Why do you think they're going to be perpendicular? Okay. Guys, if you, on B, y'all, the reciprocal of 1/3 is 3/1. You just flip the numbers. But if it's perpendicular, it's going to be the reciprocal, but it's going to be the opposite sign. So to be, David, to be perpendicular to 1/3, the slope would have to be -3. Well, there's no more -3s on here. Okay? On G, to be, for a line to be perpendicular to that, flip it up, flip it over, what's it going to be? 3/4, and it's going to be the opposite, so it'd be -3/4. There's no -3/4 there. What's the opposite of 1/4? So, and it'd be the opposite sign, so it'd be +4. There's no 4. But if you look at H and I right there, let's put checks by this. God bless you. If you look at H and I, they're the opposite sign. And what's 1/1? 1. If you flip it, it's still 1/1. So H and I also are perpendicular. Awesome. H and I are also perpendicular. Okay. Area. Is a soup can 3D?
Yes.
But we're doing area, so it's going to have to be the surface area, right? And it's going to be lateral. Why is it lateral? Because they're doing the label. I hope everybody's getting this down. Okay, so I'm going to go 2 times 3.14 times 2 times 5. Hey, how many of you are going to sit there and go 2 times 3.14 times 2 times 5? Who's going to do all that separate? What can we do in our head? Who knows 5 times 2?
10.
And 10 times 2?
20.
Don't y'all know that? Save yourself some time and just go 20 times 3.14. And what'd you get?
62.8.
62.8 what? Inches. Good. Because it's surface area. Now, guys, when you get into algebra, you know what the answer might look like? Where in the world did they get 20 pi? David gives you the same. And that they'll write the answer like that a lot of times. And they won't go multiply by pi. They'll just go 20 pi. That's all they do. Yeah, it does seem easy. Okay, find the length of a diagonal of a rectangle. So what side is that? A, B, or C?
C.
C. So we're finding C when the length is 2 feet and the width is 18. Oh, one's feet, one's inches. No, I didn't. It's the length. So 2 feet is what? 24 inches, 12 inches in a foot. Guys, you got to know that. 12 inches in a foot. And so we're going to go A squared plus B squared, C squared, 18 squared plus 24 squared, C squared, 324 plus 576 equals c squared. Add it and you get 900. Take the square root. 30 equals c. We ought to be getting good at that. Okay, total area of a 3D object excluding the bases. Lateral surface area. They tried to trick you, didn't they? They put that word total in there, so you thought, oh, total surface area. It excludes the bases. Okay, to move a figure in any direction without rotation. Translation. A change in position or size. Dilation. A mirror view. She can stop doing that now. I believe y'all get that, huh? Okay. Okay, put this to the side. Logan, get somebody to help you. Okay, Logan and somebody is going to pass out the benchmarks. You need to start correcting. Go in there and correct. And remember what I said to do on number 6. On that blank sheet of paper beside it, go write that